Welcome in, ladies and gentlemen. It is the Orange Player Profile. In the pool, we're going swimming with Avery Spies, senior here at Orange High School for the Lions. Avery, let's start off senior year, probably been going faster than a blink of an eye. Talk to me about what you feel is your leadership qualities coming into your senior year and how you're going to lead this team.
So it's really interesting. I think to explain, I should explain how I started.
Sure.
So I started swimming sophomore year, and it's just kind of like a whim, but it kind of stuck with me. And, I see a lot of people that kind of were like me in that they're swimming without, like, a lot of experience beforehand. So I think that, I can really relate to those people, and I know what they're going through. And so I connect with them, as they go through this process, and I can kind of provide help, a bit of moral support, because it's very difficult to, stick through it. It's such a difficult sport. So I feel like I personally relate with them and what they're going through, and that helps them, that they know that, okay, this person also went through that same thing.
How difficult was it to jump in so late? I mean, when I say sophomore year, but we talked to swimmers that started at 5, 8. For you to jump in late, what were some of the challenges that you faced?
Well, so it's interesting. It was the year after COVID. So, I don't know. It was just kind of odd. But it was, there were, obviously I didn't know anything. Like, I didn't know, I mean, I knew the strokes, but there's a lot of, technical language that, people say. And at first it can be kind of difficult to pick up. And then also it was the first time, ever competitively swimming. So, at first my times were bad. Practice was a struggle, but it's just kind of something you get used to and, keep going.
When you're in the pool, it's a you versus you thing, right? Because there's a lot of times you're not able to hear what's going on. You can kind of feel it in the vibrations of the water, but there's a lot of splashing going on. For you, how do you stay focused? How do you stay kind of locked in, determined to not only finish, but to finish well?
See, I love that it's just me, and it's kind of me versus myself.
Yeah.
And that's how I stay locked in, because it's almost a war with my own head. That, okay, I've got all these negative thoughts. I don't want to be here. I can't get through it. And, every time I end practice, in a way, I've won this battle with my mind. And so, it's difficult at times, but that's almost what gets me through it, is knowing that difficulty and knowing that I'm going to overcome this and the feelings afterward. So,
what is your favorite event?
I like the middle distance sprinting, so the 100 and 200 free.
Okay. And what are the most challenging parts of those events for you?
Again, they're just super difficult. Those last, in the 100, that last 25, and in the 200, those last 50 meters, they're just hell. They're awful. But that's kind of the fun of it, is that immense pain that you go through, and that's really where the difference is made. In those events, that's where you can see people be overtaken. Is that last little bit, and so I don't know. I just love that kind of intensity of that struggle as you go through.
What other pieces of adversity have you gone through that's kind of prepared you for what you face in the pool?
See, I don't know. I'm really I'm fortunate in that, externally, not a lot. It's been a lot of internal things.
Yeah.
In terms of kind of figuring out myself and figuring out, okay, how do I make myself do things I don't want to do, and how to failure, and how do I recover from that. And so I don't know. It's been a process, and it's just kind of something you learn as you keep going.
It's kind of ongoing, right?
Oh, yeah,
you never really figure yourself out because you're always evolving, you're always changing. Obviously, from the time you were a sophomore and jumping into the pool to now being a senior leader, you've evolved, and your leadership has evolved, and you've evolved as a swimmer. What are things that can you look back and appreciate from the last couple of years, and you go, I really like what I'm turning into, or what I've turned into from that point to this point?
So I really like kind of the shift in my perspective, in that I'm thinking a lot longer term now than I was before, and it's helped me a lot in this sport, because each daily practice doesn't feel like a lot, but after a while it adds up to measurable changes. And so I think that's been the biggest difference, is that I've really broadened my time frame of when I look at something and how it affects me. It's now I see it over a much longer period of time.
All right, let's talk about role models. Out of the pool, who are the people that you look up to the most in your life?
I don't know. Probably my parents, and my dad. His parents died when he was really young, so he overcame a lot, and he kind of came from not a ton, so it's kind of inspirational to see him. Okay, he did it, I can do it, that sort of thing.
So for you, what are some of the most influential moments of your life that your parents have impacted on you?
I mean, it's really just the day-to-day, kind of, seeing them live and, how they live. It's been inspirational.
Avery, appreciate you, man.
Yeah.
Good luck this season.
Great talking.
We're rooting for you. Back
Thank
after
you.
this on YSN.